Hello everyone, MarcusWolfe here, welcoming you all back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I really wish this game weren't a mouthful to say because I always feel like I'm going to say too much and then, oh, I messed up the intro, oh no, what do I do? Anyway, last we left off, we questioned Jean Armstrong. And unfortunately, as far as the court is concerned, he is an unreliable witness, because he's been caught in one too many lies. However, he has mentioned Furio Tigre now, and this gives us a chance to at least bring him to the stand to question him. Because as much as the court sees him as a liar, we cannot just discount what he says, especially when a person exists. Now let's see what Furio Tigre has to say about all this. So, we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand, aren't we, Nick? We've almost got this case won now. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. You mean you think that Mr. Armstrong was lying? Honestly, I don't know. But if that is what the prosecution's gonna argue, we might be in trouble. And I get the feeling that we don't have the case-breaking evidence we need yet. Oi, pile! Detective Gumshoe. What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair is practically standing on end. Oh, that's the pot calling kettle black, little Miss Top Knot. It's not a top knot, okay? Never mind about hair, okay? Just calm down, both of you, alright? Well, I just can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I just kinda get wound up. Ugh! Jeez, no kidding. Well, you gotta have something you're able to do, pal. It's just anything. Well, I'm gonna take a job back down to the precinct anyway. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. An hour? The trial's gonna be back in session by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. I mean, without some kind of trump card to pull out of my sleeve, we really are gonna be stuck. Gumshoe, you said that you can get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour? You bet! Well, in that case, do you mind checking the prints on this for me? Oh, there's really only one thing we don't have any prints on, honestly. This small bottle of ear medication. Whose fingerprints are on this? Well, if you're going back to the station anyway, could you do us a favor and find out whose prints are on this? Oi! That's the small bottle I gave you back this morning, right? Yeah. I think it's about time we solve this last mystery. The mystery of who these prints belong to. Sure on, pal. Actually, that's kind of annoying on me, too. Small bottle given back to Detective Gumshoe. Alright, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. Gosh, this is pretty much the final showdown. Time to separate the phonies from the real guys, Nick. Oh, good luck to us, that's for sure. This is gonna be interesting! Help us! Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you, Your Honor. It's a 3-cup job, no problem. Tamed him? I mean, the guy's name may be Furio Tigre, and he does kind of have a bit of a temper, but come on. He's pretty lively. Be careful. Still bites. Oh, very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Witness, you are. Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya. Not unless there's room for me down there too. What did you say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Honest. Huh. Wow. Who'd have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? Alright, look, I got business to take care of, y'all hear me? So, who the hell called me into this stupid little hole? Was you, Spiky? No, of course not. It was the judge? Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me. Carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it. We're doomed. Alright, maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was the one that called me in here? There's no need to shout. We can hear you perfectly fine. What do you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I am the one who hauled you in. Ugh. Not gonna lie, that's so cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick! So, let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, my boy! You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird? Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then? Please, tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix, right? Eh? You's the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. Yeah, what I'm saying? Oh, maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick! Funny, you say get a grip while you are hiding under the table. Come on, Maya, give me some support here. Look, I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time up in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. You don't want to check my alibi? Well, just ask me a letter. Oh, at last. I found my pen. Oh, very well then. Mr. Wright, you're cross... No! What is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting like that. Hey, I know the kind of games that guy in blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. Just punches away at stupid little details till he wins. Lowlife? So listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to these cases, I'm gonna bid you $50,000, and you's gonna borrow the cash from me. Wow. You know, that is one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it's gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Well, I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute. That's really not... This witness... Well, how can I put it? He is a hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side, and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours as well. Very well. I suppose I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. You's better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of the witness's testimony. keep that in mind as you start your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick! Come out from under there already, would you, Maya? Give me your support. So basically, Filio Tigre has bullied the court into making us not ask any questions. Great. We can't ask questions. Well, that doesn't mean we don't have anything to work with. I don't know nothing about no murder. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, and I can't do a Joseph Wheeler accent. That's just what I'm going to call Brooklyn accents from now on. I can't do a Joseph Wheeler accent, so forgive me. I started up in some business December last year. Spent all of my time at me office. Me office? That is so not Brooklyn. Up in me office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. You want to check my alibi? You just asked me a letter. That's not what I meant. Oh, damn it, I meant backwards. But just think. All you have to do is press him on something irrelevant and bam, $50,000. Oh my god, get real, Maya. If that's gonna be the case, why don't you pay back the money? Your allowance should cover it. Hey, I'm not an idiot. Well, I'm certainly not the one who thought the $50,000 was free money. Anyway, I need to work on this guy without pressing his testimony too hard. But it sounds pretty solid already. I admit nothing jumps out to me as a contradiction, but I gotta find an opening somewhere. Either that or I need to make one. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in the office. That can't be true. Well, I don't know. That can't be true. You weren't in your office the entirety of December. I have two things that can point to that. One is the calendar from Glen Elg's desk at work. The second are the book of matches that has Tribulations logo on it. No. I think in this case it would be Glen's calendar, because that specifically says, on December, meet with the tiger. You, my good friend, must be lying here. Either that or I had to press you on it, but it said don't press, so shrug? Okay, I might have to press on this. Oh, Jesus, help me here. I don't want to press, because I might be in trouble. But I think... that does nothing. You just want to check my alibi just as Violetta. That doesn't exactly help me, though. But I think I'm on the right track with the other one. I think I'm on the right track here. Maybe I do need to, press. I mean, I might get dinged for it, but I don't think I have a choice. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini? She writes everything down in my scheduler. December, mainly in office. That's what it says, so that's where I was. Well, it seems like a rather sketchy schedule. Huh? And there he goes again. I mean, what the tiger did all December is not the issue here. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder, so... No. I want to know what you did specifically that day, not the entirety of December. Mr. Tigre, what do you want? If you wouldn't mind going into, a little bit more detail. This is a dead end, Trite, and you know it. Remember the rules. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately, Mr. Godot.
I agree.
So, The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you also in your office that day?
Maybe yous ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. Meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't ever seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please.
Mr. Tigre, the court asks you to add that last statement of yours to your testimony.
Oh, come on, Your Honor. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man and ask him yourself. That day you's talking about? I was in the office too. Never saw that kid before in my life. I keep saying me. That is not a Brooklyn accent. You don't say me in me life. Now can I present this? Because it was right there. Glen's calendar. Yeah, so I did it a little bit too early. I was nervous about the pressing. That was my fault. Mr. Tigre, you're claiming that you didn't know Mr. Glen Elg. And yet it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. December 3rd, meet with Tiger.
December 3rd? Well, that's the day of the murder!
So, Mr. Tigre, I submit to the court that you did indeed know Glen Elg. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him.
Not bad. You's actually not bad, Mr. Lawyer.
Sorry?
I was just messing with yous. See how good you were. You hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad.
Well, that's one compliment I can do without. That and he's lying through his teeth.
Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated.
So you's calling me a liar? Is that what you calling?
Right?
Why don't we go with the Scooby-Doo Ruh-roh?
Wow, that is a blast from the past for me. So, you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is still the truth?
I said I'm dead serious. You's better believe that's the truth.
Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre.
Oh, yes, would you mind indulging to court, witness?
He never actually met the victim? Oh, that's gotta be a bold-faced lie right there. About time I nailed this guy to the wall. Well, time to see what you have to say about the victim.
Well, I ain't no liar. I ain't never met Glen Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. Set up a meeting with the guy. At my office, tender lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't never showed. So I ain't never been to that Tribulations joint, you see.
I see. Well, that all does seem perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he never showed.
I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did not tell you I got a big deal going on down today. I ain't gonna make my bus now. Gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you. Right.
Ugh. In other words, I guess he doesn't want me to press again? I mean, this guy has made me nervous to press because it's like penalty, penalty, penalty. I don't know if that's gonna, stay. However, I already see the problem, that I don't care. You said that you had never been to Tribulations. I say you're a liar. Because, again, I have the book of matches.
Why would you have a book of matches from Tribulations if you never set foot in there in the first place? I don't know, again, I don't know if I can press these statements without getting a penalty, and I don't want to keep getting penalized. It's like, oh, I'm losing health. I can't do this anymore. I lost. So we'll just play it safe. Cross my fingers. Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about this book of matches? Matches? What are you talking about, eh? We found them in your office at Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant.
What?
If you really never been to Tribulations before, then why was a book of matches from that restaurant at your desk? You've been snooping around my stuff too now, wise guy! What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no bra controlling me!
Order! Order! Witness! I think it's time you started telling us the truth now, don't you?
Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Please forgive me. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I say. But okay. I was in the joint that day, I'll say that much. What? Oh, but listen good, alright? I might have been there. That still don't mean I met that kid. I'll still say I never did. Well, well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. God, I am this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glen Elg that day, and he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. But, okay, oops, I didn't mean that. Okay, at least we're slowly getting it together. First, we've proven that he did know Glen Elg, at least by name. Now we've proven that he went to Tribulations on the day of the incident. But we still need to prove that he met with Glen Elg. That is the next issue. Alright, I was supposed to meet with that kid in the restaurant that afternoon. And when I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. Guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. And if the place wasn't hot already, it's gonna be. So I split. I heard a cop sirens on my way out and went straight back to my office.
I see. So, you never really met with him in the end. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! I hold it! If I wait around here any longer, I ain't gonna make the normal express. No more stupid little questions. No problem. Anytime Wright presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty.
Mr. Cadeau, that's my job.
Your Honor, your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it.
Yes, sir.
Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, since you's the one paying. Oh, man. Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here anymore? Apparently not. Not with Furio Tigre at the stand. Alright, I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. I was laid out all over the table, stiff as concrete. Figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I decided to split. I heard a cop sirens on my way out and went straight back to my office. Well, Nick, what do you think? He's running out of ways to avoid the truth, that's what I think. And I need to press him fast before he has time to think things through. Got to come right back with him with a contradiction. Well, be careful on what you press him on, though, or you'll get penalized, okay? Okay, so I can. I just need to be careful. Okay, so I need to think here. I mean, obviously I need to think anyway, but you know what I mean. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant. Well, we're not disputing that. We're saying that's what you did. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. I might have room to ask him to press him here, cause that does not explain much. The guy was laid over the table stiff as concrete. Oh yeah, that did happen. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. A bit odd to choose that, but then again, it really doesn't say anything. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, so I went straight back to my office. So at the end of the day, I think there's only one spot that I could press him on comfortably, and it's this. When you opened the door, you saw an ugly scene. An ugly scene. What exactly did you mean by that? The witness has already told us, Wright, which makes that question irrelevant. But I limit myself to 17 cups of coffee during a trial. That's the rule. You better limit the number of times you take a penalty, Wright. Or your guts will look like the inside of a chimney. Ashen.
Don't make me burn you again, Mr. Wright.
I guess I shouldn't have pressed him on that. Guess I'm gonna be taking some special express after all.
So to recap, this ugly scene you saw was...
Well, in fairness then, if it's not the other one, where we're asking what the scene was, I think I can still ask the question here, because in a sense, I'm gonna ask him to elaborate on what he saw. The other one was just like, what did you see? Which he said right here. Here, can you elaborate on what you saw? I am desperate for information. So you're saying that you saw Glen Elg's dead body? I guess I did. And I saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggedy bit of cloth he called a hat. And what time was this? I don't know. What? You know what wants me up more than anything else in the world? Watches. Round watches. I ain't gonna pollute my paws with some ticking end pecker.
Out of interest, Mr. Tigre, what winds you up the second most?
What do you think? Square watches. Is this guy for real? Alright, look. All I needed to know was that something bad was going down in that place. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop's silence on my way out and went straight back to my office. Okay, I got something here. The guy was laid over the table stiff as concrete. I didn't get penalized for that. He said that he was wearing a hat, yes. I only saw his back, meaning that he was at the doorway. No! No, that's not true. Oh, I remember being at the scene of the crime. I remember making a crack saying that can anyone even fit behind the register because it was so thin behind the register counter and a wall. No, if you were... No. The guy was laid over on the table stiff as concrete. I figured the place, so I split. And, no, from what you testified, you only saw his back. No. I'm certain there was a partition, just behind the, what was it? The register. I'm pretty sure there was. Let me look at the floor plans, Jesus. Yeah. Right there. I was right. My memory was right. From your testimony, you were right here. That's what you're claiming. You went in, you saw... Well, you didn't say you... Wait, did you say you went in? Oh, no, you little doom. There we go. I was supposed to meet you. When I opened the door. Yes, when you opened the door, you saw an ugly scene. You did not see... shit. No. Right here it's just saying that I saw an ugly scene. Okay, what was it? It doesn't necessarily say what or where. Here is he indirectly said where did the scene happen? At Glen Elg's table. You could not have seen it. You could not have seen it. Mr. Tigre, would you consider yourself something of a loan collecting pro? Well, no one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, then, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. Therefore, I think it's time we got something straight. What is it, Wright? A new line of irrelevant questioning? These are the floor plans of the crime scene, Mr. Godot. So, Mr. Tigre, you say you were standing at the entrance, correct? From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like, rough estimate, this.
Indeed, the witness would have a clear view of the victim's seat.
Ain't that just what I said? Saw the back of the kid's head. Even described his damn little scrap of cloth hat for you. Unfortunately, Mr. Tigre, that's impossible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition.
Why, that's true!
Now look at the plans again. With that in mind, the truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. So, from the entrance of Tribulations, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day, because you met with him. Wrong, Wright. Have you already forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. But the defense has already proven that point to be moot. The victim, witnessed by Mr. Kudo, was not Glen Elg, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a whole charade.
That will do! This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? Mr. Wright, you're saying that the killer murdered Glen Elg and then impersonated his victim in a performance all for the sake of creating a witness out of Victor Kudo. In that case, please reveal the identity of this criminal to the court.
Oof. Now that's the thing, I mean, I know who it is, but we just have no evidence to support it. And yet at the same time, the judge is tired of not having this key question answered. I don't think we have much of a choice. It's time to play this card. Furio Tigre. We're gonna accuse him of being the murderer. Obviously, Your Honor. The killer is Furio Tigre. There's no one else who could have done it.
What? Witness?
Oh, now that's cute. You think you can pin this on a tiger? Maybe you don't understand, right? The tiger's the king of the jungle. I dare you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts.
You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright!
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You've got guts, I'll give you that.
Mr. Wright, you do not leave me to handle this alone.
Huh. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment.
Mr. Godot.
Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't just see the victim. Oh, no.
The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into his coffee.
Yes, it was.
Very impressive, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Found your pen at last, Trite? It was in my pocket. Anyway. Yes, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glen Elg, and the waitress. From behind.
Yes. And your point being, Mr. Wright?
I think the conclusion to draw here is obvious. If this Glen Elg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also a part of the show.
What? Are you implying the waitress was an imposter as well?
Well, let's see. The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident took place. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her.
Who on earth was it? Who was this waitress that Mr. Kudo witnessed?
Viola Cadaverini. She's testified she's admitted as much to us when we were at Tenderlender.
Who is this woman?
Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tenderlender.
You're making a big mistake, right?
You know who Violetta's grandfather is?
You better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean.
Stop shaking, Nick.
Sorry, where was I? Oh, yes, the defendant, Maggie Bird, has stated the following.
Well, when I took coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh.
There are just too many contradictions in this case, no matter how you choose to look at it. The second man at the victim's table, who nobody but Miss Bird saw. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And then, the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There's only one logical explanation that clearly clears up all of these contradictions. I butchered this sentence so hard and I just went with it, Jesus. The whole incident took place twice. Once for real, and once for show. And, Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed this crime is you.
Witness, what have you got to say for yourself?
That's cute.
I'm sorry.
You's alright. I can do with a guy like you around.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm in on this game. I'll buy it. I'm gonna have to try to get into my meeting now, but I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go.
Something to think about?
You's got it all wrapped up nice, right? But you's missed out on one important thing.
What important thing?
I was in joint that day, yes, like I said. And I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned them, you hear?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre, after you've withheld multiple facts?
What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? Looks like we're gonna need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony.
Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to this court. I'll give you one last chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim?
Well, we finally got him to admit that he met Glen Elg. It's a very interesting round of testimony here. It's like he will lie, but when we're caught, he will only admit to the bare minimum. It went first from, yeah, I had a scheduled meeting with Glen Elg, but I never met him, and I never been, so yeah, there it is, so you had a scheduled meeting. And then I never been to that Tribulations joint. Well, you were there. And it's like, yeah, I was at the doorway, I only saw his back, which was impossible. And now he's saying that, yes, I met, see, he's sequentially giving us the information as we contradict him. But he's being so careful to not say anything more than what we've discovered as a contradiction against him. It's gonna be fun, isn't it, this next one? Well, that said, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break, and I assume on the next episode it's gonna be the last for this trial, so fasten your seatbelts, everyone. Later!